Hi, welcome to Auntie Knows Kitchen. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back to Auntie Knows Kitchen. And today's recipe, because I'm looking like Susie Homemaker, is fried apple pie. So give me a moment, we'll get started, and I'll go over everything you need, and we'll get to cooking. All right. To make, I'm going to be making a couple of not large fried apple pies. So you're going to need some Granny Smith apples. These are the best apples to make pies. Now, if you don't like Granny Smith apples, you can use whatever apple that you like. But that's just my opinion. That's what my grandmama used, and so this is what I use. I have 3 Granny Smith apples. I'm going to use my peeler to peel them. So I'm going to get these apples peeled. Got my little peeler going. Put these over here. I'm going to peel the other 2 and I'll be right back. Okay guys, now I have all 3 of my apples peeled. I'm going to core them. You have to core them. If you don't have one of these, you can just cut it and remove the core, but this little handy tool helps me core them. Then it makes it easier to slice them. And there's my core. Little housekeeping. And so I'm going to core the other 2, and we'll be back and we'll get the slicing. All right. Apples are all cored. Now I'm going to show you how to slice them. Now I'm not baking we're not doing a full apple pie. I would do that on another video. We're doing fried apple pies, and what a fried apple pie is, it's basically an apple pie, but it's made individual servings. Now what you want to do with this, you slice small slices. You slice them thin. This is how this is how they should look. Right here. They should look like this. This is like the size of a quarter, and you slice them thin. I'll do one more. See how thin they are? Like that. And I'm going to get the rest of these apple wedges sliced, and we'll return and we'll keep moving. We're back. Well, I'm back. We're back together again. Here are all the apples. They're nicely sliced. And the reason why we slice them thin, because I'm going to add them to a pot. And so I'm going to go over the ingredients of what you need for the filling. Of course, you need apples. This recipe that I'm doing now, I use 3 large Granny Smith apples. Washed, peeled, cored, and sliced thin, because they're going to have to be cooked. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And 1 cup of sugar. And you're going to need 1 cup of water. Now, To that, you make sure you use a liquid measuring cup. Use your liquid measuring cup for liquids. These are used for liquids. These are used for dry measurements. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the apples and we're going to put them in a pot or a saucepan. We're going to use a big one. Maybe I can use that one. Try it out and see. Okay, I'm gonna get the apples in here. Cool. I'm gonna add my 1 cup of sugar. Gonna add the cinnamon. Gonna mix all that together. I want to get this good and mixed in. But like I said, you can just smell that cinnamon and it's gonna come through really well. I like to have all this mixed in before I add my water, because all of this is going to cook down. You're going to need a little cornstarch. We'll go over that later on when I get ready to get it boiled down to thickness. Okay, I'm going to add a cup of water. Maybe 2 cups. I'm going to bring it to 2 cups. Okay, that's my 2 cups of water. And I'm going to get this on the stove and bring it to a boil. Because you need your pie filling to be thick when you're making pies. You don't want you don't want runny pie filling. And we're going to get started on our dough. And what you need for your dough, you need 2 cups of self-rising flour. And you guys know I like to sift my flour. Because I don't, that whisking, trying to get out lumps. Sometimes there are lumps in flour that cannot be removed through whisking. But if you sift it, you guaranteed not to get lumps. And I see some lumps that will not be going in. I can break them up. Yep. My sifter broke them all up. No lumps, guys. Look at that. Nice, clean sifter net. Okay. And to this, we're going to add, now, pie dough, I'm going to add, this is 1 beaten egg. Pie dough is nothing but a biscuit dough with an egg. Going to add 1 egg. 1 beaten egg, well-beaten egg, guys. Well-beaten egg. You know what? And I'm going to add this 1/4 stick of butter. This butter is cold. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my finger forks together. And get the mending this, getting this butter all worked into here. Now you can use shortening for it, or you can use the butter flavored Crisco. Now I do use the butter flavored Crisco if I was making a whole pie, but it's something about the butter, actual butter, when you do the fried pies, it just gives it that good flavor. You get that butter flavor in your fried pie. You want to make sure it gets really crumbly. I think shortening crumbles better than butter. But I'm doing this to get that butter flavor, that true butter flavor. Yeah, I think that the shortening crumbles better. Apples are already coming to a boil. Okay, let me finish blending this up and I'll be right back. All right, got this all. See, this is what you want. You want it crumbly. You want it nice and crumbly. Okay, and to this I'm going to add this half a cup of milk. This is regular milk. You can use whatever milk of your choice. You can buttermilk, almond milk, whatever milk you desire. You can use that milk. Now I'm going to form this dough. I'm going to keep blending this. I don't need this. I need to fill that dough. Need some flour on my hand. That's why you have that extra flour to the side. Something. This thing about pie dough, because you have an egg in there, it gets a little more wetter. And you have to work harder at pie dough than you do biscuit dough. You do. Because it's more wetter, because it has the egg. You have to keep flour in your hand. Pie dough is much more stickier than biscuit dough because you have added the egg. And when you're working with the butter, also, working with shortening, you don't have this issue. But working with butter, you do. Okay, gonna get ready to turn this into a ball. Well, it's already formed into a ball. All right, got my dough ball together. Getting ready to start rolling out some what do you call them? Little pie shells. And so we'll be right back together in AuntieKnows kitchen. Hey guys, you know how I like to keep you updated. Wanted to show you what these apples are looking like. Look at all that goodness. So I'm going to cook these till they get tender. Then, you know, I'm going to cook them till they get really soft. Look at all that goodness in there. That's going to be this good feeling we're going to know. It's not going to be thin like this, guys. You can't have that in a pie. So we're going to get back to these pie shells. All right, got my bowl. I'm going to do this the same way you do your biscuit dough. You want flaky crust. So make sure you flour those hands and you fold your dough. Fold it a couple of times. Just one. Because you want flaky pie crust. 2, 3. You feel your hands getting sticky, rub them with some flour on it. 4. 5. You make sure your boards don't stay sticky. I'm going to give this 7 folds. That's 6. 7. Now I'm going to get my handy dandy rolling pin. Remember we talked about in my previous video, you're using self-rising flour. So use self-rising flour as your duster. Do not mix your flours. No all-purpose flour used with self-rising. It will cause your dough to be very hard. You will not be able to bite it. It's unedible. I don't know if I did this or not. I'm going to roll this out. I'm going to finish rolling this out and we'll be right back together. All right, we're back. The apples are basically done. I need to thicken them up. And once that syrup, these apples thicken up, they have to completely cool. So I'm taking 4 tablespoons of cornstarch because I need it really thick. To a 1/4 cup of water. And I'm going to mix this together. Going to add 1 tablespoon of water. 1 more tablespoon of water. I'm not going to do anything and not tell you, because that wouldn't be right to add things off camera and not tell you what I'm doing. That would not be right. then that wouldn't be giving you the true recipe. Right? Right on. From my days of watching Good Times. Okay, I'm going to add this cornstarch water. Little housekeeping. Stir this up. And it's going to thicken. And once it thickens, we'll be right back. I like to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. Guys, here's the apples for the apple filling. That looks delicious. Look at there. See how thick that glaze is? This filling is so good. And if any fillings left, this is basically applesauce. I'm going to put it in my processor and make me some applesauce. All right, so now we can go over here and make these pie crust. All right, I have my pie dough rolled out right now. I don't have the a big circle cutter this big, so what I do, I just use this bowl. You can choose a bowl of your side, and I just press down to make an indent, and I lift it up, and I just cut around this indent. And you roll your dough out, make it thin. Let me see if I can get a piece of it to show you how thin it is. It's about this thinness right here. And I just cut around this indent. And I have a smaller board, which I'm going to flour, and I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to roll it out some more to stretch it more. And this is what I mean. See I stretched it out more. And what I'm gonna do is take this and put it on parchment paper while the filling is cooling. And this is what I'm doing. And I'm gonna get the rest of these cut out, and we'll be back together again and finish these AuntieKnows fried apple pies. All right, guys, we're back. Let's get some pies made. Got my pie crust here. We're going to sprinkle a little flour on the board. Got my handy dandy ice egg wash, just a little bit. Put a little top filling in. You want to put it in the right here, because you need to be able to bring that flap over here so to close. Now you don't want to overstuff it. because you need to be able to close it from all sides. You don't want to overstuff it now. And what I said, you need to be able to close it. Okay? See what I'm doing? Look at there. Just fold it over. Could have added a little more in there, but... And I'm going to fold my crust over, lap it. A little egg wash. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit of egg wash. Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Gonna fold my flaps over. This is something that I like to do. Some people don't fold their flaps over. They just fold them. You know, just fold them over to touch each other. But I don't do mine that way. I like to fold mine over. Then I take my handy dandy fork. Give me a nice pretty press. Indentation. That makes them pretty. It really does make them pretty. Okay, and that's about it. And I got my grease over here. And we're going to fry this one up because it's going to be really fast. And then I'm going to make these other ones up and get them done. And then we'll be back. Let me take you over to the stove. Okay, I got it in the oil. I'm using the cast iron skillet because you know that's my favorite for frying things. You see that little, look at that. That baby trying to come open. But that's all right. Now you have to wash these. You can't go look at the phone, look at the TV. You have to watch them because these things cook very fast. And I like to flip mine when they're halfway so they can get an even cook. And I'll come back and I'll flip it again. And I cook these on low heat. Low heat. Turn it up a little. No, I turned it down that low. See how pretty and golden that is? Look at that apple pie. Way better than that burger place, ain't it? A lot better than that old burger place. Let's see what this baby looks like on the other side because I don't want to burn. Look at that. See how pretty that is. Look at that. Look at that. You want a beautiful crust on here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My daddy used to say, that looks good. Take them out nice and golden brown. And what I'm going to do, because it just came out piping hot, I'm going to sprinkle a little cinnamon sugar on it. Add that extra goodness to it. Ooh, didn't mean to add that much goodness. Take a little handy brush. There you go, guys. You can do this at home. Yes. We're going to cut into this apple pie so you can see that goodness for yourself. You can do this at home. Get your little scoop of vanilla ice cream. And put some caramel on it. You talking about you in business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some goodness. I'm going to cut this open and show you what your finished product. Hear that golden crunch. Look at that beauty. Guys, you can do this at home. Look at there. Crust done all the way through. Look at that. Beautiful. You could do this at home. And from my kitchen, AuntieKnows kitchen to your home, thank you for all your support. Like and subscribe. Until the next recipe, go be you and be great at it. Thanks. Yum, yum, yum. AuntieKnows homemade fried apple pie. Guys, I remember I couldn't leave you without showing you the complete finished product. Remember what I said? This is the Auntie's kitchen, is the real kitchen. I don't do retakes. If I mess up, I keep rolling. Even if you have to see me do it over, I'm keeping it real. So here's our finished product. See the pies. This is our finished product. They look delicious. And the thing about it, they're gonna go out the door. So again, guys, thank you for your support. And until the next video, go be you, be great doing it. Bye.